Hello and welcome to this lecture where we'll go into filtering of our data. So in the previous, in 04, we worked with querying the data, but now it's time to filter it to get more like what we wanted. So what I have done is, you see my screen here, I have in Visual Studio Code used the same dataset as before. So basically I just copied this data folder from 04 into this one. So we have still have salaries.csv and we have salaries.duckDB. So the data is still in the database, right? And I've created an SQL folder. It's empty, and you can see also .dbeaver and .project. That is because I've already done the connection for the beaver. So in the beaver, I have done like this: file, open projects from file system, and found this 05 filtering. And I've done the connection to salaries.duckdb. So let's start with creating some SQL script. So I mark the SQL folder and I create a new script here. You see there's a script.sql. I will change the name of this script to where class. Where class, like this. And let's start with select star from main.datajobs, right? It's still called datajobs. And this DJ that the autocomplete gives me automatically is just an alias for this table. So you can reference it as DJ in case you're joining several tables. So what have we done here? Well, we have done select star from this. So we have the data set. And based on this one, let's do, for example, I want to count all the rows. So then I do select star from main.datajobs and I do count star like this. So now I counted all the rows. We have 16,000 something. Okay, great. However, I want to count all the rows in which they don't earn so much. So where salary in USD is smaller than 50k, for example, like this. Let's see, 50k, right? And now we see we don't have as many. So we have a 569, and we can also do like this. We can give an an alias. So count star, so number. So for example, jobs. Lower 50k, for example. And if I run this one, you see that we have another column name here. So this is where now we have used the where class. So basically it comes after the from class. So you have from this data. This table, you will select count star. So you will select this where this is true. So you have done the filtering. So the where class comes before the select class. So it has done the filtering. So you don't need to, or the database engine, they don't need to retrieve all the data. Instead, they retrieve a subset of the data which you have filtered. So there's a priority ordering, which we'll come back to in a later lecture. So we can continue here. Let's do, for example, select. Actually, I can copy this part, copy this one, and change the condition. So in the where class, we have a condition. I will have an experience level equals to en. And I want to get, for example, not count. I could do count star as well, just to see. Okay, 1,325. But I actually want to have, for example, I want to have all of them like this. So now we only get the experience level, right? Equals to en, entry level. So these are all the entry level jobs. So let's continue doing some other things. We can do an entry level again, and we can take out the median of salary in USD as median salary USD, like this. So you see that it's 83,000 for entry-level jobs, and we could copy this and paste it for median. We could do experience level, mid-level, like this, and you can see it's somewhat higher, right? And if I change this to expert, then you can see that it's a lot higher. So let's open another script. New SQL script, and I'll call this case when. So using case when, we can get several options based on certain criteria. So let's go again. So select star from main.datajobs. If I run this one, we can see here that we have several types of experience level, right? We have senior, we have mid-level, entry, and we have expert. So can I change this into can I change this into senior instead of seeing it as SE and MI and EN and EX? I want to change it to some more meaningful name. So senior, mid-level, entry-level, and expert. So I'll do some data transformations using case when. So data transformation means that we're transforming the data into another shape, right? So let's do select star from main.datajobs, like this. So now we get everything, and we want to instead of star, I want to pick only the experience level. Experience level, like this. Now you see every only this column. So let's do like this. We make a case. So whenever it's SE, I want it to be senior. Whenever it's mid-level, I want it MI, I want it to be mid-level, etc. So in order to do this, we use a case when. So case when. So it's ends as it is. So you have case when like this. Case when experience level equals to SE. Then we need to write what we want it to become. So I want it to become senior, right? So another case, we can start with this actually and end. Then we run it. First of all, you see that all the SE became senior. Everything else became null. And that is expected because we haven't specified those yet. And we end it, so the case statement, it ends with end. And you can see that this is a really long and nasty column name. So let's make an alias. So as experience level, like this. So now it looks the same as before, except that SE becomes senior. And we have null for the rest, right? So let's continue with some more cases. So we have, let me format this one. So we have when experience level equals to the next one. Let's see, MI, then this is mid-level. Let's see, we have comma there. And let's see, what can this depend on? Parser error. Actually, there shouldn't be a comma because, okay, why is it a comma? Because it's still in the same column, right? So then we don't need a comma. Instead, we have comma after this one to specify the next column. So I run this one, nothing more happens. So I copy this one and copy it 2 more times because we have 4 different, right? So we have we have EN, that is entry level, and we have EX that stands for, EX that stands for expert. So if I run this on, we see here we have senior, we have mid-level, we have entry-level, etc. And okay, then you might see like, okay, yeah, we have picked out one column, but how is this data transformation, since it still is data transformation, but we have removed all the other columns. So in order to keep the other columns as well, so we have just picked out the experience level, so we can just do star here. And you can see we have all other columns now, plus this experience level. However, the old experience level is still there. So what do I do here? Well, I can do star, and then I can just do exclude. So I can exclude the experience level like this. And you can see that we have the new experience level and the other ones disappeared. So, okay, cool. However, now I've just done a select statement. So if I select star again, then we still have the old column here. Okay, but I want to change this one. So I want to update this. So I want to update the table. So main dot data jobs set, and I want to set this part here. Let's see. Exactly, I just want to update that one actually. So set like this, semicolon. Yes, it looks okay in formatting. So now I'm choosing this column experience level, and I've changed it to change the format, the strings, so that this SE becomes senior, MI becomes mid-level, etc. So let's run this and check. There's some error. Let me see why. Right. Parser error, syntax error at or near case. Set. Right, we need to choose the column name. So experience level equals to this one. Right, so the experience level is equal to this case. Okay, there's another error. Let's see. Yeah, as here. It removes. Okay, now it should work. You're about to execute update statement without the where clause on data jobs. Possible data loss, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure for this, because we have already picked this out and checked. So we do this. And in order to control it, we can do like this. Select from let's see, main.datajobs like this. And what do we want to select? Well, we want to select distinct experience level. And you see mid-level, expert, entry-level, senior. Perfect. And what if I select star? Yes, I see all those have changed. So perfect. So now I want to create another script. So Control N, and we'll change the name of this one. I will call this logical operators. So we have done some simple filtering, but the filtering can be made much more complex with the help of logical operators, so or, and not operators. So for example, we can do like this. Select from main.datajobs. Right, I cannot run like that. I want to, for example, take job title. I want to pick experience level. If I run this one, I get and you can see that the experience level have changed, right? Because we did an update on this data set, on this table. Okay, so let's also, because I'm in Sweden, I'm more interested in Swedish crowns, right? That is easier for me to understand. So I've looked up that the 10.68 Swedish crowns corresponds to $1. So I take this times salary in US dollar as salary month. Or actually it is this divided by 12 because they count yearly salary in this data set. So I take this one divided by 12. Because in Sweden usually you count on monthly salary. Ah, great! So now I have picked up. I've gotten the monthly salary for each job. So let's continue here. So we want to put in a where clause. So where salary SCK month, where this is larger than 200,000. Let's see, where this is larger than 200,000 and salary SCK month less than 500,000, like this. Okay, it worked seemingly, I think. Let's do some ordering as well. Order by salary SCK month descending. Okay, perfect. Now we can see that it works. We see that the highest one, 480,000 something, and we see the lowest one here, 200,000 something. Right, so it worked with doing this filtering, and this is a type of range filtering using AND operators. So we have here one condition and the other condition. So both conditions must be true in order for this whole condition to be true, right? So here this one needs to be true and this one needs to be true, or this expression needs to be true and this expression needs to be true in order for the whole condition to be true. Yes, so true becomes true. And if it's or, then it's true or false becomes true, right? So we can do the same thing, but with something called between and statement. So before, instead of using this and here, let's keep this one. We do like this. So 200,000 and 500,000, right? So we use salary CK month between 200,000 and 500,000. And I get the same results. So I run this one and I got the same result. So this is a range filtering, but we use between and statement, and this is more readable than doing like this, using logical and, only and. So let's try out the OR operator as well. So OR, let's see, and. So the first one is AND operator. The second one is actually it's a statement. So we have between and like this, and now we have an OR operator. So select from main.datajobs. Where experience level equals to senior or experience level equal to expert. So we can select the count star actually. Count star. So I run this one and we see that okay, we have 11,000 something. And if we copy this one, and so most of them are in senior or expert, it seems. How about if I do not of this? So we negate this statement. I need to see my column. And I need to see my column here as well. Okay, and you see it's 5,000 something, and the total count is 16,000 something, which we did before. Okay. So this was the not operator. Not operator. So it negates this expression inside. So the whole condition becomes true whenever experience level is not senior or is not senior, not expert. So it's only entry level and mid level. Okay, let's move on to some more filters. So I'll just create a new SQL here, and I call this more filters. More filters like this. And you can see that I didn't mark the SQL, so it jumped into scripts, but I move it manually to SQL because I want all of them to be in my SQL folder, not in the scripts folder. Okay. So let's do like this. Select star from main.datajobs. And here we can see, I want to use something called an in operator for list filtering. So I want to pick out only the small and medium-sized companies because those interest me. And let's say that where company size in medium, let's see, medium MS, like this. And we can do, let's see, medium size. So let's do distinct count star. So in medium and small sized companies, we have most of the jobs. Okay, so let's check the opposite so that we can see. So not in, we see that we have 1040, right? And using the in operator, it's similar to doing company size equals M or company size equals S. So using in, you can have a list to filter. So the first one here, we use the in operator for list filtering. And now we can use something called filter class. So this is quite cool. So how does this work? Well, let's do select star from main.datajobs where remote ratio equals 100. Or actually not like this. We start with select star first, and we can do count star as total jobs. Okay, now we have total number of jobs. We can do a filtering of jobs. So count star filter. So what does this mean? Well, it filters for an aggregation function. So you use filter in combination with an aggregation function. And the aggregation function in this case is count. So it means that you will see what it means when I type out the code. So then you have a condition where we can do like remote ratio equals 100. Filter where remote ratio equals 100. And then we call it as remote jobs. Like this. And here you get all the remote jobs. So it means that we count all the rows, but we count all the rows where this condition is fulfilled. And using this one, we can use this alias remote jobs in this column in order for us to count the percentage of remote jobs, right? So remote jobs divided by total jobs times 100 as percentage remote jobs. So you see we have 31.2% remote jobs, and we can round this one like this, and we can round it with two decimals. So basically this is how you build up the query and the filtering. Let me run this one. Yeah, it works. Yes, this was using the filter class, and one more before we finish with this lecture. With the select star from main.datajobs offset. We can do like this first, and you can see, just look at, for example, the job titles here. You see AI engineer, data engineer, machine learning engineer, and then we have ML engineer, right? So if I skip 6 of these rows, we'll get ML engineer as first. So I will do like this, offset 6, and you see that we have ML engineer as first. So offset means that we jump over the top rows. So we have used limit before to just pick the top rows, and now we use offset as well, so that you have seen this as well. Okay, great. And let me go back to Visual Studio Code here. We can see that the scripts folder have been added because we added the script folder. We added an SQL script in the script folder, but I just delete this one since it's empty, and we moved it here. So we have all the code here, right? Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video.